Okay. So you have different versions of Power BI software. Okay. So if I click here, okay, you will see different versions of Power BI software. Okay. So if I go and click on products, okay. So see, now Power BI desktop is the basic version. Okay. For doing anything, okay, to draw any plot, to draw any visualization, you need to have Power BI desktop. And the best thing is this is free. Okay, Power BI desktop is free. But let's say if you want to share with people in your company, okay, or you want your data to be visible on mobile, so you need to pay subscription charges. Okay, so to build, it's totally free. You can build dashboards on your local machine, but you can't share it with your colleague, your friend. So it says in a way that if you want to work, want to learn and practice, it's free. But if you want to use it for commercial purpose, then you need to make payment for this. Okay. So you download this version, okay, and install it. All right. And when you install it, so I'm going to share my entire screen. So if you go here and if you type Power BI desktop, okay, you will get something like this here. It's coming up. Okay. So you'll get something like this. And here it'll ask you, okay, get data, recent source. Okay. So I'll click on get data. Okay. When I click on get data, it'll give you list of options, okay, to connect. Now you see, if you click on all, you can connect to Excel, CSV, XML, JSON, you can connect to a folder. If you have multiple files in a folder, multiple Excel file in a folder, you click on folder and all the files will be accessible to you. Connect to a folder, PDF, okay, SQL Server, you see, all kinds of data sources I can think of is available to connect to from Power BI. Okay, you see this, right? You can connect. Now, I can go and let's say I connect to Excel. And I can use same data. So if I go to D data sets, okay, online retail, Superstore Excel. Yeah. If I connect here, I'll have access to the Superstore file and it will take some time to connect. Okay. Now, while it's connecting, okay, it says it's connecting to the source. You see here, there are three options. Okay. The first option is your visualization option here. You see the graph mark here. Okay. These are three different stuff that you're going to do. Then second option you see is to visualize the data. And third option that you see here is to transform the, if you want to join two tables, things like that, you can do it here. Okay. So I'm going to select. So the Excel has multiple sheets. So I connect on this sheet and I say load or transform. So load will simply load it. Transform data will, okay, bring it to this, it will give us access to modify or edit the data. So it will open a new screen. Transform will open a new screen. So, okay, so you see, this is a screen. Now, when I say okay, when I say load, that's when it will go and add to the main version here. So this is done to check the data. And if you have to make, let's say, see here, this shows 1, 2, 3. That means it's a numeric. Here it shows text. That means it's a text field. Okay, here you have order date, calendar. That means it has read it like a date. So if you think there's some problem with the data, okay, you can clean it. Okay, this is where you can clean it. And when you apply any steps, on the right side, you see applied steps, it will be added here. So let's say I made some changes here. I go here and I say, you know, I go and I say right click, change type to say text. Okay, now it says, okay, would you like to replace existing conversion or preserve the existing conversion? Okay, so add a new step or replace the current one. I say add a new step. Okay, so now see it became ABC. Now you see here, this has added a step here, changed type 1. Now I think, oh no, what I did is not right. I need to change it back. You simply go and click close it. So when you close it, that step is gone, right? That step is gone. That means it will redo it. So whatever you do is getting captured here. And you can always go back and close it so that thing will change. Understood? So, okay. And when you think that, yes, data is ready, okay, now you can, you can use it for your visualization. Just go and click on close and apply. Okay, click on close and apply. When you click on close and apply, that's when data will come here to your main tableau here. You'll be able to see in this sheet, in this option here. So let it load. So it's loading. Okay. Let it load. Okay. So now if you go and click here, you'll be able to see the data table view. Click on it. So you can see the table view. Okay. This is older files. I don't want it. Okay. This is your older view, right? You can click a new measure, new column, right? New table. Okay. Now, first, let's see some visualization, okay? And then we'll come back and make any changes to that file. Okay. So this is your main sheet where it's called report view, where you will create all the visualization. And on the right side, you have filters, visualizations, and data. So data is what we have connected to, right? So if you expand here, you will see all the columns that are there. Okay. And these are the visualization that we can do. So let's say I want to draw a stacked bar chart. I'll click on it and stacked bar chart is, template is created. I can adjust it. Okay. Now I need to add data to it, right? I'll go and I'll click on the country. Okay. Okay. Now when I click on country, it added country here. Okay. I can click on order ID or maybe sales. Okay. So country United States and you got the sales here. Instead, let me select segment. Okay. So, oh, okay. Country is here, right? Segment I have selected. So sorry. So I'll remove country. Instead of country, I'll take sales here. So see, so this is a stacked bar chart. You have 3 segments. So this shows the sales on 3 segment, right? If you want, you can increase it. Okay. It's okay. I can go and click on region, let's say. So see, so you have now regions here. So regions, and you have sales contribution by each of the segment. Okay. Now, okay, so this is about selecting the data. This is about visualization. What visualization you want to have, right? Then you see what is on the x-axis and y-axis. Now, by default, okay, it added, okay, on x-axis, but I don't want. I want to change something, okay? You can change here what should be on x-axis and what should be on y-axis. And then here you have filters. Region is all. So if you want to filter on something, you can go and say, I want only central and east. You get only central and east. Okay, segment, you don't want all. You want only, okay, corporate and home office. Okay, so you can choose various filters from here. Right? Then here, if you see visualization also, you have 3 options here. So this is your add data to your visual. So if you want add data to your visual, a second option is where you can choose what should appear and what should not appear. So if you see x-axis is on, that means y-axis, sorry. So y-axis region is written here. If I make it off, okay, so your y-axis data is gone here, right? Okay, so data east and central, and if I switch it off, label is gone, right? Similarly on x-axis, so the dollar value is gone. Legends, okay, so these are your legends here, segment, okay, so legends will be gone here. Okay, you can choose, okay, data level should be on, total level should be on, okay, zoom slider is on, right? So you can choose what should appear and what should not appear. Okay, this is a zoom slider, right? Okay, you can increase, zoom it, zoom out. Okay, this is zoom slider. Okay, so this is called your formatting. And if you have any, like if you draw a constant line, okay, so you can draw a line. Line at what? Constant value or at a average line. So I'll say value here, 10,000. You see, a constant line at 10,000 is drawn. Okay, so this is to compare. Okay, so if you want to say, you want to put a line at certain point, you can see which all is contributing more and less. You want to create one more, okay, so click on one more here. Okay, and then let's say so one more thing is, okay, we chose visuals first, right? And then we chose the data. Now, if you choose the data, I want to see the ship date versus the sales. Okay, so now when you do it, you can see the text is appearing here. It's reading as a table format. Okay, so also if you want to create some kind of some kind of data here, you can go and select. Okay, so I'm going to do something like this, let's say. Yeah, it got changed here. Okay, so if you select visuals, visual will come. If you don't select visual, table will come. You want to have some text data appearing here. Okay, so you see here option called card. You click on card and you will get a card here. And you can add text to it. Okay, so I want to add total sales, for example, let's say. So I'll click on where is total sales? Yes, sales here. Okay, so see, it's showing us total sales. You can format it, okay? You can always format it on going to the format side, right? Call out value, okay? So it's like auto, okay? Label, okay? So you want to make it bigger, you can change the size of this. So you can format it. This is called card, okay? You can put a text message here. All right. So now let's look at mm, this menu option that you have. So you have this home, okay? File is of course to get this import or export, okay? Then you have file, a home, right? Home, this is about your, so here you have copy, paste, okay, cut, etc., right? You can copy, paste stuff here. Then these are your getting data from various sources. You want to collect data from internet, you want to connect data to various other sources. Okay. So you can choose the source here. Transform the data. Now let's say there's change in the data. Okay, there is a change in data. So you want to click on refresh, it will go and get the latest data from the source. Okay, so this is refresh. Create a new visual, you can create a text box. Okay, now new measure. Okay, now you see new measure is if you want to create a column. Okay, you want to create a column based on okay, it's based on existing column. So I'll click on new measure. Okay, so it added a new measure here, right? Now name, let's say I want to give name as you have sales and you have profit. Okay, so I'll add something like expense here. I will say expense. Okay, so this measure name will change to expense. Okay, now I'm saying expense equal to your sales. Okay, now if you want to create sum, you can do sum. Okay, so I'm saying sales. Okay, the moment you put sales, it should give you okay, so it will have like some, right? So you can create some um um okay, some, so I'll say sum of. Okay, now you see it is giving you all the option here. Sum of sales, let's do sum of sales. Okay, you can create sum of sales divided by, or you can say minus here, let's say. Okay, again I'll say sum of profit, and you hit enter or you click on right this tick box. Okay, so it's still working. It's going to create your expense. Now you can click. See, if I want to modify this visual, I'll click on this visual. Okay, first, and then you do whatever you want to do. So if you click on this visual and then if you do it, it means you want to change the existing visual. If you click it outside, if you don't select, if you click it outside, now if you select anything, it means you want to create a new visual. Okay, and to create a new visual. So I can talk about shift mode per expense. So these are different shift mode, and this is the expense here, right? So this is how you can create your own new column as well. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, now you can go here and see. This will show you different tables that you have imported. So let's say I have imported only Superstore, right? So I'll see only Superstore here. Now I can go and say here, get data, right? So Excel workbook. I click on Excel workbook and okay. Okay, so let's of Excel workbook, let me do CSV file. Okay, get data, CSV file. Okay, and now let's say I take order here. Okay, so data, I'll say load now. Data is getting added here. You say apply changes and data will get added to your Power BI. Okay, so you got two. Now, if you want, I can connect these two tables. Let's see if this order ID, okay, is linked to this order ID. I can link it as well. Okay. Now, these are not connected actually. The reality is that they are not connected, but you can connect it here. So this is to see if there is any connection between these two tables or not. Right? So see here, new measure, you can create a new measure, you can create a new column. Okay, you can create a new column as. So if you click on new column here, it added this column name. Okay, and I can give this column name. So I'll say sales per unit or something like this. So I'm going to call it sales per unit. And here I'm going to say, okay, your sum of, okay, so you have order table, right? So I will not say order. I will take Superstore only. Superstore, sales, okay, divided by sum of Superstore quantity Q. Okay, so now sales per unit. So you see, we created column and expense, right? Do you see any note? Do you notice any difference here? This is between measure and column. So column is one time. That means, okay, if you make any changes to sales, okay, sales changes, your column will not change. Your column is, okay, fixed, static. It's static. It doesn't change. But your measures are dynamic. So if you make any changes to sales or to the denominator, okay, it will also be reflected. So it uses the formula. Okay, okay, sales per unit or the column is one time. Okay, you use formula and the formula is removed. It has the value itself. But your measure will always have the formula. Okay, so that way it is dynamic. So now you can go to visuals again and you can, okay, use this data. So you have order, I'll create a new visual. I'll select, now see, this one has multiple sheet. This has, order delivery and multiple this thing. So I'm going to select order ID from here. Okay, so these are order ID. and I'll select sales. Obviously, these are not connected, right? So you will not be able to add. Oh, okay. So it could add. Okay. So you have sum of sales. Now you see sum of sales are same for all, isn't it? You see that? Why? Because they're not connected, right? So it took each individual because we said order ID and we select sum of sales. So all the sales are here. Okay. So yeah. So you can, so this is your kind of visual based on two tables. Now, one thing I want to show you before we wrap up this is filter. Okay, we can build a filter here. So let's say I'll select sales and I will select uh, region and I will select region segment. Okay, so segment. Okay, so you have a simple graph with this. Now, you go to visuals, okay, and there is an option here. This is funnel. Okay, so no, this is not what I wanted. Okay, but let me say this. Okay, yeah, so this one. Okay, here it is. You see this? Yeah, this, no, not here. This one. Okay, it's called slicer. Okay, you create the slicer here. Now, the slicer, I will go and add, say, sales. So, okay, got, okay, and see here, sorry. When I change this, see, graph is changing. So this is, you can, if you want to have a dynamic filter, you can use slicer. So I'm saying the sales value should be between 0.44 to 791 only. So other values are removed here. If I include all, okay, now I can add, here I'll go and I will add, let's say, segment. Okay, so so you get this segment here, sales per segment. I'll remove the sales. So I get only segment. Now I can choose only home, only corporate. Okay, here I can go. You see this small inverted triangle, right? You click, if you click here, it will have more options. Okay, this is clear. Okay, so this is why this is not. Oh, sorry, you can click on this. Okay, filters. Back to report. Okay, the three dots will tell you. Okay, show as table. Okay, spotlight. If you click on spotlight, okay, then you can, it will remove, it will shade out. Okay, it will shade out, so you can remove this. Okay, now it will show you the one that you select. Okay, you can select one. Whatever you select, that will be shown as bold and everything will be hidden. So you can do that. Then, yeah, this one, I don't know. The setting has moved. Okay, okay. So earlier this was here, now it has moved to, okay. So that's what, so see, the Power BI is very dynamic. They keep changing the options here. So it says, see, this setting has moved to change the slicer style, select format, slicer settings. So you need to go to format. Format is here. Then you go to slicer settings. Okay. Then you can say vertical list, or you want to have a tile. You can have a tile button. Then you keep clicking here. Okay. So this is how you can change the slicer as well. Okay. Selection. Okay. So selection right now it says saying multi-select, right? So multi-select on, you want to select all, you click on all. So you'll have select all also. All means all will be selected. All three will be selected. Okay. single select on, the single select. Okay. So you can build your different visualization. Okay. You can see the desktop view, how it will appear on your desktop. You can even click on mobile view. It will show you how it will appear on your mobile. So this is how, okay. It will only show you the view, okay. So, okay, so this is how your data will be shown on view. Okay, why it's not appearing? Okay, this is page view. Okay, so now you can create your mobile view here. Okay, I can drag and drop. I said, I want it to appear like this on mobile. So it will appear like this on mobile view. Okay, so this is, you can change the view here. Okay, so go back to page view, desktop view. So we'll view on desktop here. Okay, you can keep on creating new page and you will get new page here. Okay, so yeah, we were talking about this home, right? So we created, okay, data sources, new measure. Okay, publish will not work. For publish, you need to have permission, right? You need to have the enterprise version. Only then you can publish it. But you can save it to your local machine. If you say save as, it will save as .pbix. Okay, it will be saved as .pbix. Then you go, okay, so insert Q&A, okay, the text box, buttons, shapes, image. You want to have an image here, right? You can pictures. Okay. So you can have a picture here. You want to put a logo, a company logo, or things like that. You can put a company logo as well. Okay. Then this is for data modeling. You want to change the data and to connect different manage relationship. So if you click on manage relationship, it will tell you that there are two tables and there are no relationship. I can create a new relationship. If you click on new relationship, it will ask you which table you want to create. Okay, so I'll have orders table here. Okay, so these are the, so this is order, this is superstore. Okay, which relationship? One to many, many, many to many, one to one. Okay, and then you say, you can select the column. Okay, so this order, see, by default, it has selected the order ID. Okay, it's intelligent. But if you want to connect relationship on some different column, you can select different column. Okay, okay, so it'll give you warning as well. So if I select order ID and if I select order ID here, I'll say okay. Okay, obviously there are no common, so it'll end up creating multiple relationship, but you can click here. Now, when you go to this third option, okay, I think it's still working. Now, if you go to the third option, model view, you see it has connected these two tables together. Earlier, these were different tables, right? Now, they are connected here. See? So, order, okay, order ID here, this order ID is connected to this order ID. Okay. So yes, so now just go get your data and start practicing, start building, new visualization.